Yes. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita Study Circle. And we are in 161st session. And we are discussing chapter number 16. And we have covered the first three verses in the last three sessions. So we have discussed elaborately about the wonderful divine qualities that each one of us should possess. Right? Krishna has explained beautifully what are those divine qualities, because this is a chapter which explains about the daiva and asura sampat, right? The divine and the demoniac wealth. Sampat means wealth, right? So that is what Krishna is explaining to us, so that we are clear that what can actually give us happy and what cannot give us happy. So this is very important for each one of us to understand that this Devi Sampat is what we have to strive for, and Asura Sampat is something that we should avoid. But to avoid, we should know. So that's why Krishna is making it very clear, so that there's no confusion in the heads of the Kali Yuga minds that what is wrong and what is right. Right? So there should not be any confusion. So before we begin the session, let us actually begin with the pranam mantra. So kindly join your palms and let's dedicate this session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON and my beloved spiritual master. Right? So let us chant. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back once again, all of you. So we have devotees joining us on StreamYard, Hina Mataji, Achyutanji, Vinodji, and Dave. And all those who have joined on YouTube, you can also say Hare Krishna in the comment section, right? So in the previous verses, we had discussed that how Krishna said what are the very nice divine qualities: Abhayam, Sattva Samshuddhir, Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi, Danam Damas, then Yagnaha, Swadhyaya, Tapa Arjavam, then Ahimsa, Satyam, Akrodas, Tyagaha, Shantir, Apaishunam, Daya Bhuteshwa, Aloluptvam, Mardavam, Rir, Achapalam, Tejaha, Shamaha, Dhritihi, Shaucham, Adroho, Natimanita, Bhavanti Sampadam, Daivim, Abhijatasya Bharata. All put together around some 26 beautiful divine qualities were explained by Krishna, and we have discussed all of these in detail. So those who have not heard, you can go back and listen to these sessions, right? So each of these qualities, when we were actually hearing, we were inspired, right? We were all inspired that yes, I should also be non-violent, right? I should also develop a quality of tolerance. I should also be able to control my senses, shama and dama, right? So as we were listening to this, each one of us were analyzing our own selves, thinking that probably, yes, I have this divine quality, but I have it only 50%. Or maybe this quality of Shama, I have only 60%. Of this Daya Bhuteshu, I have 80%. Right? So each one of us, we were probably analyzing all of these qualities, but our aim is to actually come to a point where we have to get these qualities to the full proportion as much as possible, right? So we need a lot of work to be done, internal work, right? So each one of us have so much work to do internally, because to develop these divine qualities, it takes conscious effort. Without conscious effort, we cannot simply ask for tolerance, we cannot simply ask for sense control. It doesn't happen like that. So all these divine qualities can come only when we are inspired by the true knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. So that's why we are discussing them, and we have discussed elaborately all these qualities. But now Krishna is going to explain some very not nice but very dangerous qualities of the demons, which actually take us away from Krishna. And Krishna is explaining all these so that we are aware. So these demonic qualities we should be aware, because these qualities take us away from Krishna. And going away from Krishna means we are inviting problems into our life. Right? So that is why we should know about this demoniac qualities as well. Let us see what are those demoniac qualities. Hina Mataji, please unmute yourself and let's chant the fourth verse. Dambo darpo vimanasya
दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च
क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च
क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च
अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य
अज्ञानं चाभितातस्य
पार्थसम्पदमासुरिम्.
पार्थसम्पदम् आसुरीम्.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, here, six demoniac qualities are explained in this fourth verse: pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. So, very important. So let us understand all these qualities one by one. So these qualities which Krishna is explaining here, Dambo, Darpo, Vimanascha, Krodha, Parusham, Evacha. What are these qualities? These qualities are actually a royal road to hell. Just like all the divine qualities that we had understood earlier, they were a royal road to heaven. But these qualities are actually paving a royal road to hell. If we are eager to go to hell, then you have to follow these six qualities or develop these six qualities. And the mother of all vices, there is virtue and there is vice. So the vices, the mother of all vices is this abhimana. Abhimana is the mother of all vices. What is that abhimana? Conceit. Prabhupada translates that as conceit. That ego. Actually, we have so much of ego that I am a great person, ego that I am such a such person, that ego of false identification, forgetting our true identity as a soul. We are identifying ourselves to be this body, to be a man, to be a woman, to be an Indian, to be so and so many things, right? All this abhimana that we have is the mother of all vices, because the moment we actually misidentify, we go away from our true identity, all the bad qualities automatically come into us. Because we are not knowing our true nature as a spirit soul. That is why all these wrong things are coming into us, our consciousness. Right? We are, for no reason, proud and arrogant for so many things. All the different talents that we have, the abilities that we have, are not ours. They are all given to us by Krishna. But we do not recognize that because we have our own idea of egoistic mentality, because of which we don't recognize Krishna's contribution towards our success. All the great athletes, they are running so hard, but what is happening? The ability in their legs to run so fast is given by whom? By Krishna. Forget about athletes. Our own body, if we analyze, there are so many things happening inside of us which we are not aware of. Just this is enough for us to be very, very humble. Every time we eat the food is getting digested so magically and we don't even care. But it is happening. Why? Because Krishna is enabling all these things, but we are so unaware of the Krishna's intervene into all these wonderful activities happening within our own body. Every moment, every action that we are doing is actually enabled by Krishna, but we forget Krishna. Right? It might be a great painter, it may be an athlete, or whatever that person might be. The ability comes from Krishna, but we have forgotten Krishna. This is because of our egoistic mentality, abhimana. We have no reason to be actually proud. In fact, if we study our whole body and nature and environment, it is actually designed in such a way that we actually develop humility. But instead of developing humility, we are becoming arrogant. This is because of abhimana. Right? This ego needs to be punctured, because only when we puncture this ego, we will be able to understand our true joyful state, our spiritual existence. But because of this ego, we are unable to experience the higher enjoyment, the blissful life. But a person who is actually having the Daivi Sampat, the qualities, the 26 qualities that we discussed in the first three verses, if we have those Daivi Sampat, then the Lord within our heart will have a seat next to us. But when we don't have the Devi Sampat, we have the Asurik Sampat, then there is ego which sits next to us. Because the region in the heart, the sitting capacity is very less limited. Either you can place ego next to you or you can place the Lord next to you. People with Daivi Sampat, they will allow the Lord to sit inside their heart and they will pray to God that, my Lord, please, you rule me. You are my boss. I will do everything that you state. I will just follow your instructions. That is a exhibition of good qualities by a person who has Daivi Sampat. We allow the Lord to rule us. But an egoistic person, he sidelines God and he takes credit for everything that he does, for all the success, and claims it for himself. This is how an egoistic person leads his life. He takes credit for himself. This is a problem. Now, this ego is not that it doesn't give us happiness or joy. This ego, this false ego, also has something to offer, and it offers a certain amount of happiness also. What type of happiness, or when does it actually give us happiness? This ego, it gives us happiness when we are praised. What is the egoistic person seeking for? He's seeking for that respect. He's seeking that praise. He's seeking for some sort of appreciation all the time, right? He Ego is boosted when he actually accumulates things more and more that he has desired for. When he achieves something, he becomes egoistic, right? So this ego has a certain amount of joy that it offers, and people are so addicted to this joy that yes, when people praise, they take pleasure in it, right? So, this kind of joy is actually a rajasic joy. It is not a sattvic joy, it is a rajasic joy. And when a person is deriving rajasic joy more and more, he enjoys in proving himself right. He enjoys defeating someone, he enjoys conquering someone, and by doing so, he continues to revel in this kind of rajasic joy. This is how a person with lot of ego expresses himself in this world. Why he does like this? Because he's still not aware of the sattvic joy. He thinks that the joy offered by the ego itself is great and he runs behind this. But a sattvic person, he knows very clear that I don't want to enjoy this rajasic happiness. Because he has tasted both. He knows what is rajasic joy, he knows what is tamasic joy, and he has also experienced what is sattvic joy. And because he has experienced the sattvic joy, he knows that what is permanent is only the sattvic joy, but the rajasic joy and the tamasic joy are impermanent. So that's why a sattvic person never revels in this rajasic kind of joy. He doesn't want to enjoy a life which is full of ego. He wants to be submissive to the Lord. Right? So that is why only when we sacrifice something which is lower, we can experience something that is higher. Right? It is very important. If you want to enjoy something higher, you have to give up something lower. If you want to get a job which is offering you 1 lakh rupees, you need to sacrifice a job which is giving you only 50,000 rupees. Only when you sacrifice that job, then you will be able to get a job of 1 lakh rupees, right? So, what is tyaga in one sense? In spirituality, people talk, right? Oh, this person is a tyagi. Arey, that person is a tyagi from your viewpoint. Why? He is giving up so many worldly pleasures. But we don't understand that he is not actually giving these things for nothing. He is giving up all these materialistic pleasure because he is actually getting something higher. Right? Only when we get some higher taste, rasovarjam rasopyasya, when you get something higher, then you give up lower things automatically. Right? This is how we need to understand. This is the difference between devatas and asuras. Devatas are full of divine qualities, whereas the asuras are full of demoniac qualities. Who is an asura? Asura means, asu means sense is one who takes pleasure in sensual enjoyment is called an asura. So now it is for us to understand and analyze that who am I? Am I a Devata person or an Asura person? Now, Prabhuji, we are both. Sometimes we act so wonderfully. We have all the divine qualities when we come to the temple. When we go back home, all the Asura qualities will pop up. So, actually, in Kali Yuga, all these Dev Sampat and Asura Sampat is in a single person. Very dangerous. They're all residing within us. And then what is that? Krishna is saying this is Abhimana. There is Damba, the next quality. What is that Damba? Damba means showing off. You have achieved something and then you want to show it off to the people. That is Dambachara. Dambachara. Dambachara means showing off something that you have. Darpa means showing off something that you don't have. Now, Damba is little better. At least you are showing off something that you have. Darpa is that you are trying to show off something that you don't have. Let us understand. A Rajasic person, no, he exposes all his achievements to the people, to the world. See, I have gained this, I have got this award, I have got this reward. His whole world revolves around awards and rewards. He wants people to watch all his successes and achievements. He wants people to, when somebody wears a nice necklace or a earring, he wants to show off to the people. Right? All these things are there. And if you go to a person's house, this Rajasic person's house, what will you find? If you go to these people's house now, you will have big, big shelves, and there'll be no God's photo there. It will be filled with their awards and rewards and certificates and this medals and that medals. Why? Because they want to show off to the people. See, this is what. Now it is a little awkward, right, to say it by myself. See, I have achieved this and achieved that. It is a little awkward for a little sensible demoniac person. He may not say it, sensible demoniac person, I'm saying, because some demoniac people are like, they don't mind, they don't care, they're shameless. They just say, see, this is what I have got, this is what I got. But little, a demoniac person with little shame, he will not say it himself, but he will display everything so that people will see and understand, ah, this person has received so much. You're getting the point? All this is because somewhere deep within, I want to show my Damba. And people go to the next level of Dambachara. What is that next level? They have photos of themselves shaking hands with the President of America, right? And then when you go and ask them, what is this? You go, oh, you met the President of America? No, Prabhuji, that is just a Photoshop. We have altered. Just take up the face of somebody else and then put the face of the American president and then you show off. So people are like that. They want to show off to the people, Dambachara. Right? They want to show their greatness to the people. Right? Politicians, you see, they are another level, Darpa. They have no good qualities, but they are showing off so many good qualities in the public. Right? Hum aapki seva mein hai. I will do this, I will do that to all of you. So much of Darpa is there in the politicians. Right? Both Damba and Darpa. And actually, this Damba and Darpa are very natural to a person who is Abhimani. One who has a lot of ego, that expression of Damba and Darpa is very natural to these people because he's identifying himself with the body. He shows off to the people. That is how it is. So that's why each one of us, we should ask to ourselves, am I like this? Am I a humble person or am I a arrogant person? Very important. See, if we go to any humble person and praise this person, right, he will actually shred himself. He will shrink. He doesn't like to be praised in public. He feels with a lot of humility, he just accepts and he keeps quiet. He doesn't like someone actually, in one sense, appreciating him because he knows that everything is coming from the Lord. It is not mine, it is given by Lord. That is how a humble person behaves. He will shrink. But an egoistic person, if you praise him, he will expand. His ego is expanding more and more. He enjoys that when somebody praises him. He becomes actually an egoistic person. He is a beggar in the society. Why is it beggar in the society? Because when people praise him, he becomes happy. And when people don't praise him, he is unhappy. That means his happiness is completely dependent on the praise given by the people, by the society. So he actually goes on from person to person, from home to home, begging for that praise. He is a beggar for his happiness. Just see how miserable people, they are leading a miserable life. That is why these people who are so rajasic, they are miserable. Very, very miserable. Because it is very easy to disturb a mind of such a person. It is so easy because their ego is not just limited to themselves. See, ahankara is also connected to mamakara. What is ahankara? Me, I. Mamakara means mine. So, me and mine. So, this egoistic person, he not only thinks that I am great, but everything that belongs to me, my possessions, attachment to my possessions is also is what? An expanded egoism. My big car, my big bungalow, my nice clothes and jewelry. Oh, what are these? Attachment to these things are nothing but an expanded ego. And somebody, a little scratch on my car, that's it. You become so disturbed. Somebody is trying to come and jump over your compound wall, take some flowers from your home. That's it. You become so disturbed. Why? Because that plant is mine, that flower is mine. Mamakara is there. Somebody is plucking a simple flower to offer to Lord. You become disturbed. You are understanding? This is how people get disturbed. It is very easy to disturb a Rajasic person. Please understand. Getting the point? So they are so miserable because their happiness is dependent on somebody else. You know, the key to their happiness is in everyone's pocket, they say. That is the life. Very dangerous life. So, but a sattvic person, devotees, they are away from such things. Getting the point? We have to actually understand these principles of happiness. Otherwise, we will get caught up somewhere. This abhimana, damba, darpa will catch us. Abhimana is the feeling of superiority complex. And what is darpa? It is an whatever is inside expressing that outside is called darpa. Getting the point? So that is why these damba, darpa is understood, abhimana is understood. Then what is that? Parusham. What is Parusham? In the divine quality we had understood, right? Mardhavam. What is Mardhavam? Anybody remembers? What is Mardhavam? There is a quality that we discussed, right? Mardhavam. Mardhavam means very gentle. Mridhu. Mardhava means very soft-hearted. But Parusham means what? Parusham means very harsh. So these Rajasic people are very harsh in their dealings with people. They are completely opposite to Mardhavam. And these people who have this Parusham, they think that only rich people are supposed to be respected. They ignore all the poor people. They think that the common man is just a burden on this society. They think that only those who are earning, they have a lot of money, they are supposed to be respected. This is the understanding of these Rajasic people. Please understand. And why all this is happening? Because of Ajnana. The next problem is Ajnana. So Parusham, Darpa, Damba, Abhimana is all coming from where? Because again, Ajnana, ignorance. They remain in ignorance, Ajnana. Why they remain in ignorance? Because they don't want to submit to anybody. See, when we want to acquire knowledge, we go to a teacher. We go to a teacher means what? We have to bow down. Bow down means humility. These people who are Rajasic, they don't have humility. They don't want to bow down before them. How will knowledge come? Because knowledge comes only when you bow down to a teacher. These Rajasic people, they think that they know everything. They don't want to bow down. So that is why they are a closed vessel. They are closed vessel. They don't want to accept any new knowledge. So, and all this description that Krishna is giving is only a tip of an iceberg. Krishna is going to explain all these demonic qualities further now. So in this verse, these 6 qualities Krishna is explaining. And we should know Dhamma, Darpa, Abhimana, Parusham, and Ajnana. All these are not right, and arrogance also, right? Dambo, Darpa, Abhimana. So, Krodha, anger. These people get angry at a little small incident also. These people become angry. And we have understood about anger in the previous verse also, that you can go back and listen how anger can destroy each one of us. Let's chant the next verse number 5. So Achyutanji, you can unmute yourself. Let's chant the next verse. Let's see what Krishna is saying now. Where is this? Where does this Asuric Sampat takes us? This is explained in the verse number 5. Daivi Sampat Vimokshaya
दैवी संपत् विमोक्षाय
Nibandha Nibandhaya Surimamata
निबन्ध्याय सुरीमाता
मा शुचा सम्पदं दैवीम्
मासु च सम्पदं दैवम्
अभिजातोऽसि पाण्डव.
अभिजातोऽसि पाण्डव.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very interesting. Krishna is saying, where does these demonic quality lead? Krishna is saying, Daivi Sampat Vimokshaya. Daivi Sampat will give you Vimoksha, liberation. It will give you mukti. It will give you liberation. Nibandhaya Surimataha. Now, all Asuri Sampat, where will that take to you? It will cause bondage in this world. So, the Daivi Sampat liberates us, the Asuri Sampat binds us. Very important to know. Now, you want to be free or you want to be bound. It is left to you. What type of sampat, wealth are you acquiring in your life? You want to acquire Daivi Sampat or do you want to acquire demoniac Asuri Sampat? Is left to you and it's your choice. If you want to suffer in this world more and more, if you want to suffer with full enthusiasm and with full force, then you develop Asuri Sampat. Oh Arjuna, this is the position of these Asuri people. They will never be happy. Now Arjuna may get a question. Oh my Lord, what is my position? Because see, any person who is sensible, he will definitely get this thought in his mind, right? That where is my position? Where am I standing? Am I an Asuri person or am I a Daivi person? Anybody will get this thought. When Krishna is explaining about these divine and demonic qualities, one may also get this thought at what is my standing? So that's why Krishna is immediately saying, Oh Partha, don't worry, you belong to the divine personality. Ma Shuchaha, don't worry. Krishna is saying, Ma Shuchaha, don't worry. You see? So it is very important. Actually, this is the nature of a humble person. That he actually doesn't want to take pride in all the good quality. Although he may have a lot of good qualities, but a humble person will never display them. That is what is Arjuna. Arjuna is a very divine person actually. Right? So that Arjuna is getting this thought, where is my standing? So Krishna is immediately saying, Ma Sucha, don't worry, you are belonging to a divine personality. So when we are enjoying spiritual life, we will automatically purify our mind. Purity is flowing into us because spiritual life purifies us. And when we develop that purity, Devi Sampat automatically comes. All the good qualities manifest in us. It is not that it is not there, it is there. But it is dormant now. The good qualities are all dormant. It is covered with the dust of ignorance. But when we practice spirituality, all that dust of ignorance is cleared. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava mahada vakni nirvapanam. That Cheto darpana will happen. The mirror of our heart is cleansed, and then you will see all the divine qualities developing in us, manifesting in us. It is possible, very much possible. You will become like a devata. Yeah, because devata qualities will come into us if we practice what Krishna is saying. And a person who is having the Asuri Sampat, he will not even come to such sessions. He will never attend such classes because he wants to remain in ignorance. So many people we call for the sessions, they don't come. You know why? The answer is very clear to you now. Many people don't even come to such divine qualities because they are repelled by knowledge, spiritual knowledge. But a person who has Daivi Sampat, he gets attracted to spiritual knowledge. He gets attracted to Bhagavad Gita. But those who are Asuri in nature, they are repelled by the divine knowledge. They don't come. They cannot sit in a session like this because the nature in them does not allow them to. It is very difficult for them. So that is why only the mercy of Guru can help such people. Only when, by the intervention of a Guru who can clear the doubts of such people, can actually come to spiritual life. Otherwise, no. Right? Now, the thing is, question is, now when we know that what is good, we should make our personality in such a way that all these good qualities become a part of our life. That is the whole intention of this chapter also. We should shape our personality in such a way that we become a divine personality. And this is very much easily possible when we are in childhood. So, children are like, soft clay. Potter? A potter, when he is making a pot, the clay is so soft. When he's rotating the wheel, and then it is very easy to give a shape, a beautiful shape to that clay by an expert potter, right? But when we don't give a proper shape to it in the very initial phase, then you cannot give a shape to it later. Once the mud becomes hard, it's very difficult. So in childhood, the consciousness, the mind is very tender. So when it is tender, it is very easy to give shape to children and give those impressions of divine qualities to them at a very early stage. And when we give that, then they look very beautiful. Their personality looks very beautiful. But then if we don't give, then later it becomes very difficult. They become a hard nut to crack. It's very difficult. So it is easy at a very early stage, and that's why we need to focus on children so that they become divine personalities and they can transform the society in the future. Right? So, Vinodji, let us chant the next verse, verse number 6. Let's see what Krishna is saying in the next verse. द्वाभूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन्
द्वाभूतसर्गो लोकेऽस्मिन्
दैव आसुर एव च
दैव आसुर एव च
दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्ता
दैवो विस्तरश प्रोक्ता
आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु.
आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
O son of Partha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac. Hare Krishna.
See, now what Krishna has explained in the fourth verse were only 6 qualities. Now, what is he going to explain in the next verse is going to be the continuation of all the demonic qualities. He is going to roll out all the demonic qualities now. Right? Just like when we were discussing the divine qualities, we were thinking, right, yes, this quality I should have, this quality I should have, this quality I should have. Now, when Krishna is going to reveal all these demonic qualities, the mind will not say, this quality I should have. The mind will say, this quality I already have, this quality I already have, this quality I already have. This is what the mind will say. So, this is the difference. So, although we have some divine qualities also, but the demonic qualities we will be able to relate much better in this state of consciousness. So, ignorance is actually the root cause of all the Asuric people. I'm telling this again and again because we have so much come away from Krishna. That's the problem. Now, who doesn't want to know the right and wrong? Right? Everybody wants to know. See, why these people are in ignorance and what happens when they're in ignorance? There is no right, noble conduct. There is no right direction, and they are dishonest. People with a demonic nature, they are not noble, they are having no direction in life, and they are completely dishonest. And why do they do this now? Because they have their own philosophy of life, a certain vision of life. And this vision and philosophy drives them. So Krishna is very clearly stating in this verse, what is he stating? There are two types of people, right? The two types of people are there, the divine and the demoniac. Now Krishna is saying, I am explaining all those things to you, right? So Dev, let's chant the next verse. The next verse is this verse number 7. What is this verse number 7? So he's saying, Pravritim cha nivritim cha
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च
janana vidurasuraha
जनाना वेदुराश आसुरः
न शौचम नापि चाचारो
न शौचं नापि चाचारो
न सत्यम तेषु विद्यते.
न सत्यं तेषु विद्यते.
Please read the translation.
Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. Hare Krishna.
This is what is, I told just now, that these people are dishonest. They don't know what to be done and what not to be done because they have no clarity of, because of direction. There is no direction in their heart, in their mind. And Shaucham, they are totally asaucham. Asaucham means they are not clean in their behavior. They are not clean in their thinking. They are not clean in anything that they do. Whereas the divine, we discussed, right? Saucham, they are suchihi. But here they are asuchihi. They do all abominable things, all ugly things. They are very unclean, unfit to do any good thing. This is the situation. And they are always speaking the lies, and that's why they're dishonest. So we cannot trust such demoniac people, right? So, Dave, you can unmute yourself and let's chant the next verse also, verse number 8. Let's chant the verse number 8, and that will be another verse for today. Okay. So this is Asatyam Apratishtam Te
असत्यम् अप्रतिष्ठं ते
Jagadahoranishwaram
जगदाहोरनीश्वरम्
Aparasparaba Sambhutam
अपरस्परसम्भूतम्
Imanyat Kamahaitukam.
किं मन्यत् कामहैतुकम्.
Please read the translation.
They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. Hare Krishna.
See, this is their motivation. Now, I told you, right, that each one of us, we have our own philosophy of life. We have developed a certain vision for our life. And because of this vision of life, we have developed a certain understanding of our life, right? This is what drives us. Now, the question is, it's very philosophical. How do we actually develop a certain philosophy of our life? See, each one of us are very different. Each one of us have a different type of thinking. Each one of us visions are different. Why? Because we all have our own defined philosophy, right? And how have we developed this philosophy? Because each one of us have analyzed different experiences in our life, and those experiences have given us a certain concept of life, and that concept becomes the philosophy of our life. So our analysis of certain experiences in life gives us a certain perception, and that perception we follow. And based on that perception, we take decisions based on that philosophy. We give priorities based on that philosophy. We have likes and dislikes based on that priority. We meet certain people and we avoid certain people based on that philosophy of life. We go to a certain place, we don't go to a certain place based on that philosophy of life. Getting the point? All our decisions are based on this philosophy of life that we have created based on the analysis of the experiences that we have had so far. Right? So that is why we are all completely dependent on our own analysis. Most people in this world are what? They are trying to gauge knowledge based on their analysis of life. But a seeker, a devotee, is not dependent just on his own analysis, but he is also completely faithfully dependent on the instructions of the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita. And based on the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, he reorients his analysis of life. His philosophy is not based on his own analysis, his philosophy is based on the philosophy of the scriptures. Getting the point? That is why a devotee is very peaceful because his decisions are firmly based on scriptures which do not speak lies. Our mind may cheat us, but scriptures will never cheat us. That should be the faith in the scriptures. It is very important because you see, this is how from childhood we all have gone through different experiences, and that has given us a certain set of rules and regulations which we have created, and we think that is all in all, and we get attached to these things so much. Prabhu, I say what I say is right. Why that person is saying what I say is right? Because he is not able to think beyond the perception that he has formed. Beyond his philosophy that created for his life, he is not able to think because he thinks that is the highest. What Bhagavad Gita does now, the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, when we hear submissively, it breaks these perceptions, and that is what is happening. When we listen to Bhagavad Gita again and again, it breaks these false philosophies that we have created in our life. Very important. Getting the point? So that is why we should refer to the scriptures. But what Krishna is saying now, they think. Who think? The Asuri people. What do they think? How do they form the philosophy? Their philosophy is based on three things. What are those things? Those things are Apratistaham, Jagat Asatyam, and Jagat Ishwaram. Let us understand. What is Jagat Asatyam or Jagat Sat Asatyam means, or Jagat is false according to them, that this whole world runs on dishonesty. A demonic person, what he thinks? Jagat Asatyam. Asatyam means what? The world is running because of lies. Prabhuji, there is no truth in this world. If you see all the successful people in this world, you will know that dishonesty is the cause for their success. Only when you become the master of corruption, you will become successful in life. This truth and himsa, all that you're talking is only good in books. Prabhuji, this will not work. If you want to be successful, Prabhuji, you have to become the master of corruption. Only when a person is immoral with false ideas, he can become successful in this world. Only when he knows how to cheat people, he will become successful in life. Now, he has got this idea by seeing people around him. Not that he's simply speaking. A person, he's talking all such things because he has seen people doing that in his environment. He has seen politicians who speak big, big things, right? All false claims, and they become politicians. How do they become politicians? Either by bribing and by doing all nonsensical things. They have not simply reached that position by all good means. With all dishonest means, only they have reached that position. Most politicians, right? So people, general public, They see all these things, right? They see that only when a person like that, a dishonest person, then he will become successful. Education. What is education? See, if you are not educated, then you will be doing some dishonesty with few thousands of rupees. But if you are educated, then you will be creating a scam worth hundreds of thousands of crores. See, because you know the nitty gritties, because of your education, you can manipulate people and you can become a big cheater. So, education also makes you think that you are a great dishonest person. See, his understanding is like that. Why people create big hospitals? This medical mafia is going on. Don't you see, Prabhuji? In the name of medicine, this medical mafia is going on. They do all this dishonest way of earning money. They earn money on the dead bodies. See, these kind of people are there. Uneducated person cheats in a small way, but a educated person cheats in a big way. Just see. Miscreants are freely moving because of the money that they have. A politician's son, he goes and does some road accident, and then in a few days he's released. Why? Because he has influence. There is bribe that is given, and he is released. Right? So, if you want to take a little plot, little real estate or something like that, you want to get, how many levels of people you need to bribe? To move the file from one table to another table, you need to bribe every person there. So, when you see all this already going on, then what is your philosophy going to be? Your philosophy of life will be, yes, only if I become dishonest, then I will become a successful person in life. All what is giving him a drishti. What is the drishti? The drishti is to be dishonest, a vision of dishonesty. And he says that this world has no pratishtha. This jagat is asatyam. And not that, they give a big examples also. You see, Prabhuji, Mahatma Gandhi, he is an embodiment of truth. He did so many good things, but ultimately what happened? His honesty was paid off by killing him. He had to face death. He was murdered. You see, Jesus Christ, he did so much good to the people, but he was crucified. Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, so many great personalities, they were trying to help people, but ultimately what happened? They were all killed. See, Prabhuji, what is the point in being an honest person in this world? They give examples like that. So once we have this kind of philosophy, what will his life look like now? You can imagine. Right? Because we live by our own philosophy. We create a philosophy and we live by that. And these people say, okay, Jagat Asatyam, Jagat Apratishta means what? Pratishta means support. Apratishta means it has no support of any ethical laws governing the world. They don't think that this world is governed by some laws of karma. Prabhuji, what laws of karma, Prabhuji? You do your actions and you will get the result. No laws of karma, nothing is there. Because they don't have faith in the scriptures. These people are called the Charvakas, the Charvaka philosophy. This is called the Charvaka philosophy. They don't believe in karma. They don't believe in the theory of karma. But yet they seek justice for the wrong that is happening in the world. See, Prabhuji, what is the point? What is the mistake of this small child which died in the hospital? Where is your God? They ask. That is called next, Jagat Anishwaram. Their philosophy is based on what? Jagat Asatyam, Jagat Apratishtaha, Jagat Anishwaram. There is no God. Ishwara means God. Anishwara means there is no God. This world has no God. They ask many times, Prabhuji, if there is God, then prove to me. Where is that God? They quote many times. They say also, you see this, Prabhuji? These Mughals came and British Empire came. They invaded India. They destroyed our temples. They looted everything that was there. Right? They even broke the idol, and if the idol was made, the deity was made up of gold, they stole the golden deity also and they took it away. They enjoyed their life. All these people, they enjoyed their life. Where is your God? When a God who was taken away by the Britishers and the Mughals could not protect himself, where is the question of God? Right? Who cannot protect himself? How can he protect us? This is what they say. And this is all happening in India, which is considered to be the most spiritual country in the world. In this most spiritual country in the world, this has happened. Where is your God? Gods in most of the temples, the idols are mutilated. Where was your God? Why couldn't he protect? Just understand, just see. All this is happening in the spiritual world, like India, spiritual place like India. Foreigners came, they looted and they enjoyed, and everything gone. And these spiritual people, so-called saints and sadhu babas, they suppress their natural feelings and instincts, and they live in a world of hallucination. They think that hallucination is all in all. They are so foolish. They think that world is created by God. Where is God? World is created by Big Bang, Prabhuji, not God. There is a God particle, they simply say. It is all Big Bang. Why bring God in between when the world is being created by the Big Bang? See, this is what they say. There are so many fake swamis here. Many times it also happens. Fake swamis, they create some vibhuti by some magic, and then the scientists come and they show that there is a technology, there is a method in which they can bring the vibhuti in their hand. These cheap tactics these sadhus and fake babas do, and the scientists will prove that it is wrong. It can be done scientifically also. Then you see, this is all fake, Prabhuji. There is nothing called as miracles. It's all fake. See, we say God is consciousness, right? There is some sort of, that's why Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji, there is nothing called as consciousness, Prabhuji. It's only a combination of four elements. The Charvakas, they don't even believe in the fifth element. Earth, water, fire, air. Sky element, ether element, they don't believe. They don't have that conception. Why they believe in only four: earth, water, fire, air, ether? Because they can see it, they can feel it, they can touch it. Sky, they don't think. Sky, there is nothing called as space for them. The Charvaka philosophy. Only the four gross elements they believe in. Now the question is, when we ask them, if the four gross, how can four gross stool elements create something that is shukshma, consciousness? How can four gross elements create a spiritual thing? Matter, how can matter create spiritual thing? When you give this example to them, you know what? They give an example back. They say, Prabhuji, you take a pan, we eat betel nut, betel leaf, pan. That is green in color. You take supari, that is brown in color. You take chuna that you apply, that is white in color. You mix all of that and you chew. Green, brown, white, it gives you red color, Prabhuji. Similarly, earth, water, fire, air, ether, they combine, they give consciousness. What big deal in that? You see, this is the world created by the combination of male and female. The union of male and female creates this world. That is what it is, Prabhuji. This is what they say. Please understand. Now, after listening to all of this, hope your faith is not unsettled. Hope you are not getting inspired. Oh, Prabhuji, looks like, yeah, there is some truth in this, Prabhuji. Actually, everything is created only by these four elements only. Then where is this God? Hope you will not ask this kind of questions to me after 3.5 years of Bhagavad Gita classes. Right? But this is how we need to tackle these people. Please understand. You will meet some people like this who will throw all these kind of arguments before you. If you are not prepared, then we will be probably convinced. Not you, because you have heard a lot of Bhagavad Gita, but imagine a common man who has not having that firm faith in, he's a neutral guy. He has no faith. He's neither a devotee, neither a non-devotee. He's somewhere in between. If he listens to the philosophy of these asuras, he will get dragged away there. It is difficult for asuras to drag you people because now you are like, oh, Prabhuji, I know Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know this, the philosophy is there. So nobody can cheat you now. Nobody can fool us, right? Because you have the knowledge. Hope you're getting the point. So meeting such people also sometimes rakes up our own mind also. You will start thinking, this fellow said like this, he said like this. How do I counteract now? I need to give an answer to him. Because these philosophers, the Charvakas, their life is very materialistic. They are very yavat jivet, sukam jivet, rinam kritva, gritam pibet. Live life, whatever comes into your way, take it, enjoy it. Enjoy your life. And then rinam kritva, gritam pibet. Even if you want to, out of loan, take some ghee, drink it nicely, no problem. Enjoy your life. Beg, borrow, steal. Just enjoy your life. Don't worry. What about Papa and Punya? If you tell them Papa and Punya, they will tell only one thing. Prabhuji, when this body, which is turned into ashes, will never come back, where is the question of Papa and Punya? Anyway, it's one life. Just enjoy as much as you want. What is this Papa and Punya? Don't think about it. Your body is going to be turned into ashes. So just enjoy. This is their concept of life. You're getting the point how the philosophy of life works for these people, right? Now, people with such philosophy, how do they lead their life? That we will understand in the next session. How these people actually live their life, we will understand in the next session. So this is how we should know that each one of us have a certain philosophy and we are driven by that philosophy. It's time to cross check our philosophy with the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita. Then we will be aligned in the right direction. Otherwise, we will have difficulty. We will have big problem. Okay? Any questions? Any one of you have any questions? Anybody listening on YouTube, you can also leave your questions in the comment section.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
Prabhuji, so I don't have a question exactly, but I just remember this one thing when someone had come to Prabhupada, I don't know where, but he came and told that you all are doing so much tapasya and so many things, but in the end, if you realize after you die that Krishna is not there, then what will happen? So then Prabhupada said that, like he was saying that you should enjoy life, as you were just saying right now. So
Yeah.
then Prabhupada said that we enjoyed our life. We do kirtan, we fast, we feast, and we enjoy our life over here. But now I ask the question back to you that if you completely enjoy your life through with your senses, and in the end, if Krishna is there, then what will you do?
Yes.
So I just thought that it connects to what you said. That's why it just reminded me of that.
Correct. Yeah, that was a very interesting answer by Prabhupada actually. Because people have this doubt. Oh, Swamiji, you are doing so much of tasya tapasya, you are not eating this, you are not eating that, and everything. And at the end, you get to know that there is no Krishna. You feel that you wasted your life, right? But then Prabhupada gives an amazing answer. He says, what wasted our life? We are eating nice foodstuffs. We are singing and dancing every single day. We are enjoying our life every single day. So, we have enjoyed our life, but what about you? If Krishna is there, then what will you do? So, that is was a very nice comeback by Prabhupada when the reporter asked Prabhupada about it. So, that is why we should know there in Krishna consciousness, in spiritual life, there is no waste of time. Everything is actually getting accounted for, and everything is very blissful. We need to understand it and follow it. That's it. Very simple. Life will become very simple. Okay, good. So, with this, we will end our session here. And if you have any questions, you can ask them in the group that we have, WhatsApp group. Okay. So, thank you so much. We will continue next Sunday again. Take care. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.